Time for another Tales from the Village Green this week, and today we're in Boston. In actual fact, we're just to the east of Boston on the edge of some farmland here. Hiding away behind some tall trees, this is Rochford Tower, which has 4 floors and turrets projecting from its top. It's not a castle, but it does resemble one. It looks very similar to Tattershall Castle. Unlike Tattershall, this isn't greatly well known outside of Boston. It really should be though, because there are 2 things that make this tower rare. It's made of brick, which is really unusual for a building of this date. We're talking about something that was erected in the late 15th century here, when stone was far more popular. The bricks used to build this would have been produced locally. The second reason this is rare is because the Lincolnshire Fens don't have a great deal of structures like this. It's a medieval fortified house, built at a time when the Fens were just great big marshes. What makes this even more special is that the tower is only part of what used to be here. Rochford Tower used to be part of a larger house, the northern range of which was dismantled in 1807 and replaced with the modern house next door. The tower is derelict now, populated only by birds who love to nest in the remains of its tall, imposing brickwork. Although it's empty and completely uninhabitable, there are still the remains of some wall paintings in one of its rooms. It was all owned by the powerful Rochford family, who were associated with the area from the 13th century onwards. In 1504, the property was granted to the Abbot of Westminster, and from about 1600 until 1816, it was owned then by the Kyme family. As such, it then became known as Kyme Tower for a while, not to be confused with the other one in South Kyme, of course. It's a Grade 1 listed building, and you have to say if it wasn't surrounded by trees, this would dominate the flat fenland around it. One can only imagine how this would have looked when it was the Rochford family home. So there you go, people, the story of Rochford Tower, one of those landmarks that's kind of hidden away and not really publicly accessible. You wouldn't even know it was there if you drove up Rochford Tower Lane, but with all this greenery in front of it. But it is there, Rochford Tower, an amazing landmark here in Boston.